Hi, how are you guys doing? My name is Okoro Blessing Nkiruka, and I'm popularly known as Blessing CEO, Africa's certified relationship and mental expert. On this live video, I'm going to be telling you why you should stop enduring in your relationship and marriage. Now, it's your choice to either endure or not endure. But as a relationship therapist, I will always teach you about consequences. Most of you do not understand the consequences of the things you do. That is why you suffer so much without even knowing that you are inflicting the suffering on yourself. Most times, most of the sufferings that come on you are the sufferings that you inflict on yourself. Most pain that you feel in life are self-inflicted. But some of you actually inflict pains on yourself without even knowing. Why? Because you are ignorant. So as a relationship therapist, my job is to just bring awareness to you. You don't have to accept or follow everything I say. I just want you to be aware so that when the consequences of the things you have accepted begins to occur, you would understand that it is your acceptance that has bet your punishment and your suffering. First of all, what is the meaning of endurance? I'm going to give you the dictionary meaning of endurance. Let's quickly go to the dictionary meaning of endurance. The dictionary meaning of endurance is the ability to withstand hardship, the ability to sustain a prolonged, stressful effort or activity. Endurance is the ability to continue with an unpleasant or difficult situation, experience, or activities over a long period of time. So, the meaning of the dictionary word endurance is being able to withstand hardship. Good. Now let's bring this hardship to our relationship and marriage. Most of the things that most of you endure are the things that people can change. Oftentimes, in relationship and marriages, we have been taught to endure people's bad attitude, people's bad characters, people's bad behaviors, things that they do to you, but they do not do to other people. Oftentimes in relationship and marriage, those things that you endure is what your husband cannot do to another woman, is what your wife cannot do to another man. Don't forget, they were not born with it. The things that you are enduring is a habit that they learned and they can unlearn. The things that you are enduring are habits and behaviors that they choose who to behave a certain way to. Don't forget, these things they are asking you to endure is not paralysis. This thing they are asking you to endure is not a deformity. It's not like somebody is telling you to endure your husband's one eye. Good. It's not like somebody is telling you to endure your wife's one mouth. It's not like somebody is telling you to endure your husband's one nose. Or somebody is telling you to endure your wife's one breast. They are telling you to endure the attitudes that they can change. Don't forget, these same attitudes, they don't behave to everybody like that too. They were not born with it. It is only you. Have you ever asked yourself, why does he disrespect me? Your husband is not born disrespectful. Your wife is not born disrespectful. They have a particular people they take this disrespect to and expect them to endure it. We are going somewhere. We are trying to expatiate. That these things that you are enduring is an attitude that they can change. And they don't do it with everybody. How come your wife don't take that her silly attitude to her boss in the office? When she gets to the four walls of the bank, she will respect herself. When she gets to the four walls of her office, she will put on a good character. She will smile. She will be pleasant. But when she gets to her husband, the character changes. Why is it that your husband does not bring all this unpleasant attitude to his boss, to his side chick? It is only his wife. He doesn't even bring it out to a stranger. It is only his wife that he brings out this bad attitude, and she is supposed to endure it. Let me tell you, endurance was born from the things that you accept. It is only what you accept that you can endure. Stop enduring people's bad behaviors. The reason why people have become so violent, so toxic in marriage is because you are accepting their nonsense. Anything you say no to does not exist. It's because some of you have not learned how to say no. Some of you have not learned how to say boundaries. That is why your husband will treat you this way and treat another woman this way. And you'll be saying, my husband is like that. My husband have anger issues. My wife has anger issues. My wife talks too much. My wife is like that. My husband is like that. Nobody is like that. Your husband does not have anger issues. It is only when he gets to you that is anger issues. But when he gets to his workplace, he knows how to comport himself. Even if somebody slap him in his workplace, he will do But when he gets to the house, his wife cannot even talk. He will give her 3 dirty slap. People are asking you to endure rubbish. It is those rubbish that you are enduring that has birthed monsters in relationship and marriage. Your husbands and your wives were not born with bad behaviors. Bad behaviors were learned. How did you emulate bad behavior? From your peers, from your upbringing, from society. You were not born with it. That's the reason why you can switch this bad behavior to different people. When you see people who cannot take this bad behavior, you respect yourself. It simply means you know what you are doing. If people can act differently to different people, it simply means those behaviors they are asking you to endure is deliberate. It's like when an African man leaves Africa to America. They used to respect themselves. When an African man leaves Africa to America, they don't used to beat traffic. They don't used to talk to police anyhow. They don't used to throw pure water on the street. They don't try it. You see all those nonsense. They are shouting Africa, Africa, African mentality, African way of life. It's a lie. When they leave the 4 walls of this country, they respect themselves because they know that America will not tolerate that nonsense for them. So it doesn't mean that Africans, we are not born with the African, we know what we are doing. It's because we know that Nigeria will take it. So when we travel out of the 4 walls of the country, that's when you know that we know what we are doing. That's when you know that we can be clean. That's when you know that we can respect police, we can talk well. So you'll be saying, we're Africans. It's a lie. They know what they are doing. How come when they go to America, they don't used to do it? They switch character. So people should stop telling you to endure people's bad behaviors because oftentimes this endurance is bad behavior. Your husband is cheating, endure. Your wife is shouting on you, endure. Your husband is beating you, endure. People are treating you badly, endure. Treatment, how people treat you is what they choose to do to you. That's not how they were born. People treat you how they like. That's what is called humanity and empathy. So why should somebody be telling you to endure a bad behavior? Some men would disrespect their wife, but they would never disrespect their side chick. It's because they know that their wife will take the nonsense and their side chick won't take it. Yes. So oftentimes people treat you badly because they know that you will not go. And how do people tell you to endure the same things that they can't take? Have you ever wondered why somebody will tell you to endure my cheating, yet you can't endure my own cheating? Your husband wants you to endure him as a cheating husband, but he cannot endure you as a cheating wife. Your husband wants you to endure anger issues, but he cannot endure your own anger. How come people who tell you to endure cannot endure the same thing when it's being reciprocated to them? It's because it's poison. Every man that is telling you to endure nonsense, give them nonsense, they can't take it. Why do you have to take the nonsense? They cannot take it because it is poison. This is what endurance has done to a lot of people, especially women. Anything you endure so much, you become bitter. Endurance is what has made a lot of married women bitter. Many married women are so bitter. See what endurance does to you. Endurance is like a bottle. You feel it. You feel it. You feel it. As you feel that bottle, you cover it. You cork it. You pour it. You cork it. You pour it. You cork it. You pour it. You cork it. One day, that bottle is going to explode because there's no air. There's no oxygen. The bottle can't breathe. And sometimes after filling the bottle, you shake. Have you ever put Fanta inside a bottle and shake it and open it? That's what they do to you. That's why some of you have become monsters. A lot of you who have become monsters and demons today are people who endure. The most wicked people are people who have endured. I'm saying it with my full chest. The most wicked people, sadists, are people who have endured. They were not born sadists though. A lot of people that are wicked are people that have been nice. The most wicked people were once kind. Have you ever heard of this word? Man makes man to be wicked. You have been so nice and you have endured rubbish to a point that they made you become a demon. It is too much rubbish that turned you to a demon. It is too much rubbish that have turned you to a sadist. It is too much rubbish that you have endured that have turned you to a wicked person. You endure cheating man, endure cheating man, endure cheating man. You become a prostitute. A lot of women have become wayward today because their husbands were cheats. Since my husband is cheating, let me be sleeping with small boys now. You will see yourself doing things you never bargained for. You will see yourself doing things you don't like. Because there are some women that are cheating because their husband cheated. And they don't even like cheating. They're only doing it because they want to pain their husband. You become somebody you can't even recognize. A lot of you women have become people you can't recognize. Just because you are enduring rubbish. They turn you into people that you are not. And they reject you. Because when you become a demon, no man will want to marry you. When you become a demon, no woman will want to marry you. You will stay in it, but there are some women that made men to start beating women. A lot of men did not used to beat their women. There are some men that has never raised their hands on a woman before. Until they met a particular one. You were enduring rubbish. She will keep pushing you to the wall. You want to go out, she will lock doors, she will put key inside her breast, she will push you. You will be enduring nonsense. She will trigger you. Some men have stayed in relationship and marriage that they will allow a woman trigger them. The next thing you see slap. You start beating her. That's what endurance have done to so many of you. It has made you demons. It has made you wicked. It has made you a sadist. You can't even recognize what you're saying because they're telling you to endure people's bad characters. Bad attitudes. Why do you have to endure people's bad attitude? They can change it. If you say no to a bad attitude, they will change it. Why can't your wife take her bad attitude to her office? It's because her office will not take it. They will fire her. If she brings that bad attitude to her office, they will fire her. So she will respect herself. Why can't your husband take that bad attitude to work? It's because he knows that they will fire him. It's called boundary. Anything you say no will die. Anything you say no to does not exist. Most of the rubbish you take in your relationship and marriage is because you cannot say no to it. Boundary. It's not about forming hard to get. It's about setting boundaries. I'm telling people that you're not going to do this to me. And when they do it to you, you take a walk. You take a bow. By the time they lose 1, 2, 3, 4 beautiful things in their life, they will adjust. It's called pattern. Some people already have a pattern in their life. And they are not willing to change those bad patterns because people are going with it. I have anger issues. I have anger issues. That's the way I am. I have anger issues. Who told you you have anger issues? You don't have anger issues. How come you don't used to take that anger issue to the marketplace? How come you don't used to carry the anger issues when you see your fellow men? It's only when you see your wife, your anger issue used to come out. When you see your fellow agburu, your anger issue, they used to control it. But when you reach home, that's where your anger issues used to come out. How come your anger issues have personalities? Your anger issues, they look face. Now only when woman they, now your anger issues, they come out. But when you see men, your anger issues, they respect itself. I have anger issues. Nobody was born with. What's anger issues? Anger issues simply means you cannot tolerate. You cannot control yourself. All of us have anger issues. If you think, say you decrease, everybody decrease. Everybody just learn. What is self-control? You learn how to tame your demon. Everybody have demon. When you're saying I have anger issues, I have anger issues, I have anger issues. We all of us have anger issues. Imagine if all of us begin to bring our anger issues. You think you are going to be in this country? Before you talk, I don't kill you before you kill me. Because all of us will be holding knife and gun. Since it's only you that. We all have anger issues. What makes you think that you are powerful is because some of us tamed our demon. It's just like when people are trolling me on Facebook. When I see people trolling me on Facebook, I'll be laughing. Do you think you have bad mouths more than me? If they want to keep you and I, you that think that you're a troll, you that think that you know how to abuse, you think if they keep the two of us now, you can beat me when it comes to insult? You can't now. The difference is that I tamed my own. When you insult me, I will keep quiet. You will now think that you have won. Just because you say, blessing, see you are mad. I go just shut up. You go say, oh, I don't win. No. I tamed my demon. You know me say you craze past me. You know craze past me. If you want to do cursing competition or dragging competition, you know go win me. But I tamed mine. So when I tame my demon, you begin to feel powerful. What do? If I don't want to insult you, I will block you. I'll walk away. What's the meaning of block? If I don't want to involve in the banter, I will block you. If you say nonsense on my page now, and I don't want to reply you back, I will block you. That's what it means to walk away. I will not even allow you to continue. So by the time you want to comment and you see no posts, you know that this one will not tolerate nonsense. And some of you will not even say some certain things because you know I'll block you. Some people are already begging me, blessing, please unblock me. Stop enduring rubbish. Society have programmed most of you to endure nonsense. The things that you can even endure are the things that people are born with. Things you can endure are things like paralysis, deformity. Those things that you don't have the power to change. You can endure, or maybe your wife have one eye. She had an accident, she had one eye. Maybe your wife had cancer of the breast and they amputated her breast. Maybe your husband have some sort of sickness and they amputated his leg. He has prostate cancer. You know, those are the things you can endure. Things you don't have power over. Things people cannot change. Your wife, due to some circumstances, some health issues, she lost her womb. You can endure it. Due to some sicknesses and all that, your husband cannot produce sperm. He cannot impregnate a woman. Those are the things you can endure. Not nonsense. Not bad attitude. Not cheating. Anybody that is telling you to endure cheating, tell the person I said the person is mad. Anybody that says endure cheating is a lunatic. The only time you can endure people's bad behavior is when you have complex. If you don't know who you are. You can be taking nonsense when you don't know who you are. But the moment you understand who you are, you can't take nonsense. Because you know that you will not give somebody nonsense. You will learn how to set boundary. My husband is a cheat. I'm enduring cheating. My wife is a cheat. I'm enduring cheating. My husband have anger issues. When I met my man, the man I'm currently dating, I used to think that I had anger issues. I used to think I was crazy. Any small thing I would shout. Any small thing I would snap. I've been with him for a while right now. He tamed my demon. I used to think that the louder you are, the more people hear you. He taught me how to talk without screaming. Because when I scream, he doesn't listen. If I finish shouting, he'll tell me, let's talk tomorrow. Tomorrow he'll call you, he'll tell you, yesterday you were talking, I wasn't hearing you. What were you saying? Can you repeat yourself? If you give him the same attitude, he'll tell you, let's talk tomorrow. He tamed my demon. I used to think I had anger issues because all my previous relationship, when I shout, they'll come and beg me. When I scream, okay, I'm sorry, baby. They don't want me to be angry. So I started feeling it was a way of life. That's how I am. I have anger issues. There was this, my boyfriend that told me, blessing, you like to scream. And I told him, it's my nature to be shouting. That's how I was born. My voice is naturally loud. I was born like that. I used to shout. Yes. There was a time when I'm in a relationship, I would tell you that it is my natural voice to shout. If you don't like shouting, go. Yes, I used to be that woman. That's how I talk. That's all of us, that's how our family is. We have loud voice. But when I started dating my man, if your voice is loud, he doesn't hear you. So long as your voice is loud, even when he doesn't hear you, I learned how to tame the demon. Sometimes only me will be shouting and I'll say, okay, baby, sorry for shouting. I'll breathe in, I'll breathe out, and I'll say, okay, the truth is, what you did yesterday, I didn't like it. You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have done that thing you're doing yesterday. He'll be telling me, I can't hear you. I can't hear. Once he starts saying, I can't hear you, I'll know that I'm shouting. I can't hear you. And I'll tell him, okay, baby, what you did yesterday, I don't like it. It wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. Eh? You just called me, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do that. He will now tell you, I'm sorry. You know I love you. That's when he will now explain. But when you are shouting, he cannot hear you. He doesn't used to hear shouts. He tell you, I can't hear you. He won't hear you. If you are screaming, he tamed my demon. That was when I knew that my voice was not loud. I was only louding my voice because the men in my life were taking my nonsense. There are still some of my ex-boyfriends I can shout on because they'll take it. Yes. There are some people I cannot shout on, and there's some people I can shout on. Because they will accept it. They don't have a choice. They will take it. Because when I'm shouting, they'll be telling me sorry for shouting. I used to have relationships that I'll be screaming and they'll be begging me. I'll be at fault, they'll beg me. I'll be angry, they will beg me. I will insult them, they will beg me. So it now made me to see it as a way of life. That's how I was born. It's my nature to shout. It's a lie. That was not my nature. It was because people were tolerating my nonsense. I started seeing the nonsense as part of life. It grew. It became a pattern. You can change. Stop enduring rubbish. Society to tell you to stop enduring rubbish. It is a rubbish that you are enduring that is building too many demons and too many toxic people. The reason why relationship and marriage is so toxic is because we keep building demons. Yes, we keep accepting them. My husband is a cheat. Why is cheating trending? Why do you think that men can cheat and get away with it? It's because women tolerate it. If women begin to treat men the way they treat women when they cheat, cheating will reduce. Women cheat, but women hide. A woman would rather die than allow you to catch her. A woman would rather die than confess that she's cheating. Do you know why a woman will hide with her life? It's because she understands the implication of cheating. Do you know why men cheat carelessly? It's because there are no implications. When you cheat as a woman, a man will leave you. But when a man cheats on you, you stay. That's why men can cheat effortlessly. That's why it has become a way of life, a normal thing for them. It's because we react differently. You cheat on your husband, you go. He cheat on you, you stay. No? If I cheat on you, you go. If you cheat on me, I go. If women begin to set those boundaries, cheating will reduce now. Even if a man wants to cheat, he will respect himself. He will hide. It's because he knows that there's a repercussion. But because all of you keep tolerating cheating, only you is complaining about cheating. Only you is tolerating it. A man will not complain about cheating. A man will let you go. Even if a man loves you till death, he will leave you when you cheat. If you like have 10 children for him. How come when you have 10 children for a man and you cheat on him, he will leave you? But you just have 2 children and you're like, I can't leave him. I can't leave him. I have a child. I have 2 kids for him. I can't go. So why are you complaining? Why do you keep complaining about the things that you choose to endure? I actually put out the caption on my page where I said why you should stop enduring your relationship and marriage. And one girl already came to write long notes. She was like, hey, bless, if we don't endure, what will we do? Are you expecting us to be jumping from marriage to marriage? What will we do? What we have is... And I told her, can you just shut up and listen to the light? Will you shut up your mouth? How come you want to endure and you still want to complain? Why can't you shut up and endure? It is your complaint that is making us talk about it. If you actually endure without complaining, I don't think we'll be having this conversation. It is your noise that is even making us bring up this topic. Because if you endure your endurance in peace without making noise, I don't think we're going to be having this conversation. Only you is complaining about cheating. Only you don't want to go. Only you don't want to endure. Only you want to endure. Only, choose, pick a struggle. Either you want to stay or you want to go. If you decide to want to accept a cheating man, stop disturbing us. Stop making noise. Stop complaining about the things that you have accepted. That's the problem. Only you accepted a cheating man. Only you say African men cheat. Only you say all men cheat. Only you say man cannot have more than one wife. Only you say fidelity is not possible. Only you is complaining. You are the one that have said a man cannot, it's okay, it's only you that said men are polygamous in nature. But when your husband wants to marry another wife, you start to fight. You start to go to Babalawo. But it's you that say men are polygamous in nature. It's only you that say it's in a man's nature to cheat. It is still you that will still go and fight man when he's cheating. Why are you confused? Pick a struggle. Either you say it's in a man's nature to cheat and allow him to cheat, or you say, no, my own will not cheat. If you cheat, I go. Why the noise? Why do you keep complaining of the same things you want to endure? Because anything you say you want to endure is something you have accepted. It cannot change. Anything you endure will never change. Endurance simply means I don't want change. I've accepted it. Do you know why our country, Nigeria, is never getting better? It's because we accept everything. Go to America. Ordinary small thing, they don't do riots. Small thing. They should just increase fuel. In fact, they should not give them light for one day. Riots. They will come out to the street and be crying. Their president will do something. Our own. Only one small riot where we do, they shoot all of us. They kill us for Lekki Tollgate. We went back to accepting. We are used to suffering and smiling. So our president and our governors, they know that we will accept it. We will accept, even if we have choice, we will accept it. That's why we don't have change in this country. It's because we have learned an endurance. We know how to suffer and smile. So we brought it to our marriages. It's because we have not learned how to say no. People like us that have learned how to say no. We are tough women. I would rather be single than sit and allow a man disrespect me. I don't envy a lot of you married women. Nope. I see many of you every day. I'm a therapist. And I see what happened behind closed doors. I don't admire you. If this nonsense many of you are doing is what is called marriage, we are proud being single with our dignity, respect. Because if I was taking this rubbish you were taking, I don't think you'd be talking to me. I would rather be single than take the nonsense many of you take in the name of marriage. Single and proud. Very proud in my full chest. But you see disrespect? A man to come and feed me bad behavior? I won't take it. Because those behaviors are the things that he can change. That's the reason why this man will treat you wrong and treat another woman right. That's the reason why sometimes when a man or a woman leaves you, you'll be asking, what did I not do right? That guy that was treating you so bad, now he's married. Look at the way he's loving his wife. Hey, that woman that was treating you so bad, now she's married. Look at the way she's treating her husband. Is because you allowed her. That's the reason why they will treat you so bad. And when they leave you, they will treat another person so right. Sometimes you are not the problem. It's what you allowed. Stop allowing rubbish. Stop allowing people feed you nonsense. Let me tell you something about when they feed you nonsense, they will leave you. That's why some of you, your husbands will feed you rubbish and give side chick the best. Some of you, wife, don't get the best of your husband. What you get is garbage. Your husband will go out there and feed the side chick his energy, his strength, his money, and come and give you chaff. Because they know that you are the one that is good in enduring rubbish. Your wives will go out, give the best to their pastors, give the best to their boss, give the best to their just a friend, and they will come back to the house and feed their husband rubbish. It's because they know that you will take it. Stop allowing people treat you bad. Set boundaries. Set boundaries. What attracted people to want to come and stay with you is because they saw the way you treated yourself. Many of you are looking at me on Facebook today. Oh, Blessing, see you is fine. She's so beautiful. Her face is so smooth. You admire me because I'm looking well. You admire me because I'm sane. Some of you admire my intellectual capacity. Oh, Blessing is intelligent. She's sound.
Sorry, I didn't know that.
Blessing is intelligent. She's sound. She's outspoken. But a lot of you will come into my life and want to give me garbage. The same thing you admire, you want to spoil. Have you not seen where somebody will see something so beautiful? When they have it, they want to spoil it. When they spoil it, how will they stay? What attracts people to you is your beauty. Are the things that you have inculcated in yourself. If they spoil it, they will go. What makes people stay with you is your value. That value. If you don't protect it, they will spoil it and they will leave you. When they finish using you, they will dump you. Both man and woman. It's just natural. Because nobody comes to an empty vessel. Even if you have not blown, somebody has seen something inside of you. Protect it. If you allow human beings, they will mess you up. Even when you go to a parking lot, you will see when you go to the bank, they will use white something to draw line. Have you ever gone to a parking lot in a shopping mall or somewhere? They will use white things to draw line. It's called boundaries, because they know that if they don't put that line, people will be parking like goats. Only one person will occupy 4 people's space. So that line will tell you, Oga, enter this line, because some people don't have sense. That's human beings for you. They will mess you up. Learn to say no. Learn to draw a line in your life. Both husband or wife. There must be boundaries. If you don't set boundaries, both in relationship, they will mess you up and leave you and go and marry somebody else. Marriage is not for better for worse. Nobody is tying anybody to anybody. It's just a vow. So when you are in marriage and you allow a man mess you up, he will leave you and marry somebody else. If you are in marriage and you allow a woman mess you up, she will leave you and marry somebody else. You must protect your value, your dignity. That is what keeps people to you. If you are valued, people will leave you. They will leave you. Nobody is tied to you. Yes, I do. Now just talk. Now vow I make. I can wake up tomorrow and say I no do again. Yes, I do today. Tomorrow I no do again. You go kill me? Now vow I no keep person. So don't come and think that, oh, because you are married, you want to use. Nobody can tie you with marriage. If a man does not want to marry, he will leave you. If a woman does not want to marry, she will leave you. She will run away. So don't sell your value or your dignity in the name of relationship or marriage. No. If people come into your life and they love you, they will be increasing that value. That's the meaning of investment. The reason why people that love you want to invest in you and want to increase your value is so that you'll be looking good in their eyes. Why do you think a man will love you and want to make you more beautiful? He wants to send you abroad. He wants to open business for you. He wants to give you a job. He wants to elevate you. It's because he wants you to remain valuable in his eyes. It's because he understands that when your value reduces, his love will reduce. Yes. That's why when a man meets you, a man that loves you meets you, he wants to empower you. He wants to take you from A to B, from B to C. Because that is the attraction. When people grow, you are bound to love them. Some of you might not love me 2 years ago, but you will love me today because I'm growing. Some of you will hate me 5 years ago, but you will love me today because I'm growing. That's what value does. So when you understand it, you will keep increasing your value. You won't go backwards. That's why no matter what people say about you, just grow. Leave haters. Haters will come. So long as you are growing, people will love you. Yes. When you have this understanding, you will not allow any man, any woman, any husband or any wife come and twat your value or come and twat your growth. Because the moment you stop growing, they will leave you. It is growth that is attraction. It is growth that is love. That's the reason why when you have an ex and you stumble on your ex, do you know what used to make some of us fall in love with our exes again? Let's assume you met your ex or you dumped your ex in point A when he was in point A, and you stumble on your ex after 3 years and you meet him in point F. You have the tendency of falling in love back with him. Do you know what was attracting you to your ex? When you broke up with your ex, he was in point A. And when you stumbled back on him, 4 years later, he's now in point F. You will fall in love back. You don't know. You're not falling in love back because he has changed his toxic behavior, or because he's no longer beating woman, or because he's no longer cheating. You are falling in love with his growth. It's subconscious. You just see yourself falling in love with that same guy you left. His growth is because you've seen him in a different level. It's natural. The same way when you break up with a girl in point A, after 4 years, you meet her in point F, she's looking more beautiful. When you met her, she was like one bonga fish, very black, you know, shapeless. And you saw her after 5 years. Man, this girl don't fine. She don't fair. She don't dey glue. Her hands she don't big. Her breast don't set. Huh? You will fall in love back. You will fall in love back. She now has a job. Now drives a car. You will fall in love back with your ex. Even though she had bad, even if she cheated on you. growth. It's very, very attractive. It is growth that will make people that left you to come back. When you have this understanding and somebody want to stand in your way of growing, you will use one leg and kick the person out. Because growth is attraction. Growth is what will make those people that did not like you before to like you. Growth is what will bring those things that you did not deserve to come to you. Have you not seen where somebody will tell you you don't deserve this job? 4 years later, they will give you the job. A lot of celebrities who did not speak to me 4 years ago, they are now my buddy. Many celebrities I never believed I would be associating with, I eat with, I dine with, they are now my buddy. I couldn't talk to them 4 years ago. Growth. It is growth that will take you to that level. So don't stop growing. Be it in relationship or marriage. No, anybody that wants to stop you from growing, kick the person away. That is my slogan. No. If you want to stop my growth, I let you go. Be you marriage or nobody. If you're my husband today and you want to stand in the way of my success and growth, we move. I will let you go. I will let you go. I will let any marriage that will stop me from growing go. I will marry again so long as I'm growing. Except I don't want to marry. Growth will make me, if I want to marry 10 men now, so long as I'm growing, I can marry 10 men in 1 year. Now money, yes, growth. If you're successful, they will flock around you. If I want to marry, I can marry 10 men in 1 year. Yes, growth. They will come. So, with this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to teach you something. Somebody said, what is wrong in being very dark colored? Please shut up and don't divert what we're talking about. We're using an illustration. Don't turn this into a gender. Some of you are so blockheaded. You always want to turn everything into a fight and into a diverse gender stuff. When I say dark, I use dark. I'm a dark lady. I use dark because oftentimes when you're still growing, you're always black. You're not glowing. If you see me 5 or 7 years ago, I was black. I'm still dark, but there's a difference. I'm glowing. My skin is fresher. Then you know that I'm suffering. So don't turn this into a dark complexion or fair complexion stuff. Don't divert the topic. Some of you are so small-minded. You can't pay attention. You're always waiting for someone to say something so that you can twist it and turn it into a fault or turn it into a mistake. Shut up. If you choose to misunderstand what I'm saying, you get out of my live video. Don't disturb us here. Don't come and turn everything we are trying to say. You want to turn it into a complexion competition between dark and fair. If you're a smart person, you should understand the illustration I'm making. We're talking about black. It doesn't mean that dark people aren't beautiful. I'm a dark woman. Some of you are so daft. So, with this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to teach you something about endurance. Stop enduring people's bad behaviors. Stop enduring the things that people can change. Stop enduring the things that people learned and can unlearn. So I hope I've been able to teach you something. Like I used to say, somebody said you do not need to be rude. I will be rude and I can be rude. It simply means I can switch. If you say nonsense on my video, I will be rude to you. Respect is reciprocal. One more nonsense, I will block you. Okay? Good. So, I hope you've learned something from my live video. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and ask. So, I'm going to take very few questions before I go. Any question, guys? Somebody said, Bleble, you will live long. Nothing will ever happen to you. Your boldness has taught us a lot of good lessons we know but hiding from. You're my mouthpiece. Thank you so much. No, put it in the fridge. I'll eat the shawarma. Please, I have my shawarma on the water dispenser. I hope that's not what you ate. Except you want me to... Freezer? Fridge. How? Or on the dining? How many sausage was inside the one you ate? 4. You ate my shawarma. How can you eat my shawarma? You didn't ask question. That's my shawarma that you ate. I said on top of the dining, not on top of the fridge. And what they put in the other shawarma, I don't eat it. Please close my door. Any other question, guys? Somebody said, what if you try to correct your husband and he's not listening to you? What do you do? Book a session. When you book a session, we tell you what to do. Somebody said, my question is, if you assist your woman to become successful in return and she dumps you, what is it called? When you assist people to become successful and they dump you, you are their helpers. You don't have to marry or date everybody you help. Sometimes you help people because God have positioned you to do it. And the reason why the relationship does not work is because you are a helper, not a lover. You know, some of you, when you help people, you want to sleep with them. When you help people, you want to marry them. When you help people, you want to make them your friends. The reason why some of those relationships will not work is because you are not their lovers, you are their helpers. But some of you have not understood that you are positioned to help people. That's why you want to sleep with everybody you help. Anybody you give transport money, you want to fuck. Anybody you help to parent, you want to fuck. Anybody you give money for business, you want to fuck. Some people have not still understood that we are positioned to help people. God has put you. That is the reason why sometimes, there are sometimes that when you don't help people, you'll be uncomfortable. It's not you, it's God. If you don't pay that person's house rent, you will not be able to sleep. You are not a maga. You'll be seeing yourself uncomfortable. There are some of you that are doing things for people, not because you have so much. There are some of you that have helped people even when you did not have. Yes. You don't have so much, but you'll be so uncomfortable until you do that thing. They are not your lovers. They are your helpers. Some of you have not been able to separate this sex and love with help. Some of you think that any girl that you help, you must date her. You must sleep with her. Any boy you help, you must date them. You must sleep with them. That's the reason why it will never work. When you force yourself to love people that you're supposed to help, they will be your doom. Yes. So you better learn to separate it. It's not everybody that you help that you want to date. So when they dump you after helping them, it simply means they're not your lover. You are their helpers. Leave them alone. Because you help me to parents does not mean I must marry you. Because you paid my school fees does not mean I must marry you. Or I must date you. Nope. Sometimes God will put you in that position because that is what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to come and help me and go. Yes. You're not supposed to collect anything from me. That's where your blessings come from. God blessed you because he wants to put you in position to bless others. God does not come from heaven to bless anybody. It is you. The reason why he gave you so much in abundance is because you're supposed to go and help the next person pay school fees. Now your work. That's why he gave you things that you don't need. All those money that is in your accounts that you're not using to do anything. It's for you to go and help somebody. It's not for you. That most of the money in your account is the money that God is using to send you a message to go and help somebody. So most times you help people, stop feeling like it's your power. So when you want to force yourself to turn them to your wife or your girlfriend, God will use them to punish you. So it's simple. What can you do to stop a cheating husband? It's to leave the cheating husband. If you want your husband to stop cheating on you, leave him. Because when you leave him now, he won't cheat on you again. Anything you want to stop, you let it go. If I want you to stop talking on my live video now, I will block you. Is that not it? Let's assume you're insulting me now on this my live video, and I want you to just shut up. I'll just block you. So if you want your husband to stop cheating, leave him. Because cheating is a choice. Somebody said, please, ma, are you also talking to teenagers? I'm talking to everybody. So any other question, guys? So I'm not seeing any question on my screen again. So I'm going to hope that my message was well passed. So guys, I hope you learned something from my live video. And thank you so much for always watching my live video. God bless every one of you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, and pleasant day. Have a good night.